In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 9 brutal reasons the 50-plus age group is specifically targeted. We've all heard the stories. A grandparent wiring money to a grandchild in trouble. A sophisticated email steals a life's savings. We chalk it up to they were just unlucky or they're not tech-savvy. But that's exactly what the scammers want you to think. The truth is far more deliberate. Today, we're dismantling the playbook of senior fraud. And I'm not just talking about the how. We're exposing the why. Why are the 50-plus specifically the #1 target for the most ruthless con artists on the planet? The answers have less to do with money than you think, and more to do with a neurological trait we all develop as we age. It's not a mark of weakness. It's a sign of a healthy brain being weaponized against us. It is psychological and a brutal, calculated strategy carried out by online thieves. By the end of this video, you won't just understand senior fraud, you'll be able to see the trap before it snaps shut. Whether you're watching for yourself or someone you love, stick around. This knowledge isn't just power, it's protection. The financial exploitation of the elderly isn't random. It's strategic, calculated, and it's happening to people who work their entire lives to build security. Let's delve in, beginning with reason #1. To start with, if you are 50 and above, your trusting nature is being weaponized against you. If you grew up in the 50s, 60s, or 70s, you were raised in a world where a handshake meant something, where you trusted your doctor, your banker, and the voice on the other end of the phone. That trust is quite beautiful, but it's also exploitable. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This means that while we can't eliminate scammers, we can absolutely adjust our response patterns to protect ourselves. Modern scammers study this generational trust. They know you're more likely to give someone the benefit of the doubt. They sound professional, use official language, and prey on your instinct to be helpful and polite. Here's your defense against online thieves. Create a family password, and it should be one word or phrase that only you and your loved ones know. If someone calls claiming to be family in an emergency, ask for the password. No password, no money. Period. Now, pair that trust with reason #2, the fear leverage point. This is where it gets cruel. As we plan for retirement, our fears become more specific, more existential. Will my savings last? What if my health fails? Is my family secure? Scammers don't guess these fears. They study them. Their scripts are engineered to press these exact buttons. Your social security number has been suspended. Your Medicare is about to be canceled. Your grandson is in jail. It's a shock and awe campaign designed to bypass logic and trigger the panic response. In a state of fear, the goal isn't to think, it's to make the threat stop. And that's when they offer the solution. Just give us your details, pay this fee, wire this money, and the problem goes away. It's emotional hijacking for profit. And now, the most shocking reason of all, the one that flips the script entirely. Reason #3. Aging isn't a decline, it's an evolution. Research shows that as the healthy brain matures, it undergoes a fascinating shift. The younger brain is primed to detect specific threats and potential negatives. It's a bit more naturally suspicious. The mature brain, however, becomes exceptionally good at seeing the big picture, reading context, and focusing on positive social cues. It's a skill built for wisdom and harmony, but this is the detail most people over 50 overlook. Scammers have learned to hack this very strength. That ability to focus on the overall story, to give people the benefit of the doubt, to seek social harmony, becomes a skilled con artist who wraps their lie in a convincing, emotionally charged story that appeals to that very system. The brain's wisdom center is listening for truth in the narrative, while the scammer is feeding it a masterpiece of fiction. This isn't about being slow or forgetful. It's about a profound strength being turned against you. Reason #4, social isolation creates opportunity. Loneliness has become the scammer's greatest tool. Maybe your kids live across the country. Maybe your spouse passed away. Maybe retirement left you with fewer daily interactions than you expected. Social isolation and scams are tragically connected because when someone is starved for connection, a friendly voice on the phone feels like a lifeline. Romance scams targeting seniors have skyrocketed precisely because of this. Someone shows interest, remembers your birthday, asks about your day, and slowly they're not asking for companionship anymore. They're asking for wire transfers. Carl Jung understood the human need for connection when he said we are not meant to be islands. But he'd also remind us that genuine connection doesn't come with a price tag attached. The solution is for you to build a real community. Join a local group, volunteer, or take a class. When your social needs are met authentically, fraudulent connection attempts become obvious. Reason number 5. Scammers often exploit technology gaps. This 5th reason is very vital because digital illiteracy and scam risk go hand in hand, and scammers know it. You didn't grow up with smartphones, email phishing, or AI voice scams. You learn these things later in life. And scammers see that learning curve and open door to prey on their victims. Tech support scams for people over 50 are especially insidious. A pop-up appears claiming your computer has a virus. You call the number. They remotely access your device, and suddenly they're in your bank account. Here's what matters. Legitimate companies will never cold call you about computer problems. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, none of them will ever call you first. If you didn't initiate the contact, it's a scam. Before we continue, count yourself as an exception for making it this far. Most people hear about these tactics and think, that would never happen to me. But vulnerability to scams after 50 sometimes has nothing to do with intelligence and everything to do with awareness. Reason number 6 are the cognitive changes you don't see coming. The signs of cognitive decline and fraud risk are more connected than anyone wants to admit. This one's hard to hear, but it's crucial. After 50, subtle changes in judgment, memory, and decision-making can occur. You might not notice them. Your family might not notice them. But professional scammers are trained to spot them. Studies show that even mild cognitive changes can affect your ability to detect deception. You might have been sharp as a tack at 40, but at 65, the part of your brain that recognizes manipulation isn't firing quite the same way. Viktor Frankl, who survived concentration camps, taught us that awareness is the first step to freedom. This means that acknowledging vulnerability isn't weakness, it's protection. Set up trusted contacts on your financial accounts. Give a reliable family member or friend permission to be alerted about unusual activity. It's not about losing independence. It's about building a safety net. This takes us to reason number 7 is that your life savings make you a premium target. Protecting your life savings from fraud becomes exponentially harder when scammers know you have decades of assets accumulated. You've worked 30, 40, maybe 50 years. You've saved, invested, and even built retirement accounts. And guess what? That information isn't as private as you think. Data breaches, public records, and even casual conversations at the grocery store can reveal your financial status. Investment fraud targeting older adults often involves too good to be true opportunities promising guaranteed returns. Pig butchering scams, where scammers build long-term relationships before suggesting investments, have cost retirees everything. As a solution, never make financial decisions under pressure. Any legitimate investment opportunity will still be there tomorrow. Take time. Consult a trusted financial advisor. Run it past family. Reason number 8, the shame that keeps victims silent. The low reporting rates of senior fraud exist because shame and embarrassment after being scammed keep people quiet. Here's the devastating truth. Only about 1 in 44 cases of financial exploitation gets reported. Why? Because victims feel stupid. They feel ashamed and worry their family will think they can't manage their own affairs anymore. This silence protects and emboldens scammers, while also creating more victims. As psychologist Brené Brown teaches, shame thrives in secrecy. But when we bring it into the light, it loses power. This means that if you've been scammed, telling someone isn't admitting defeat, it's preventing someone else from experiencing the same pain. Organizations exist specifically to help report senior fraud without judgment. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, local elder abuse hotlines, and your state's attorney general are all resources that exist for you. Reason number 9, authority tactics and manufactured urgency. Managing urgency and fear in scams is critical because that's exactly how they bypass your rational thinking. IRS imposter scams for older adults work because they trigger immediate panic. Pay or face arrest. Medicare fraud targeting seniors uses the same playbook, confusing language, official-sounding threats, and immediate action required. The grandparent scam prevention starts with understanding this. Real emergencies rarely require immediate wire transfers or gift cards. If your grandson really is in trouble, they'll still be in trouble in an hour while you verify the story. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This means that the moment you feel rushed, that's your signal to slow down. Create a personal rule. Any request involving money gets a 24-hour waiting period. Any request claiming to be from government or medical authorities gets verified through official channels you look up yourself, never the number they provide. Conclusion: the scammer tactics and psychology we've discussed today aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to armor you. Every piece of information here is a tool for protection from undue influence and financial exploitation of the elderly. Feel free to share which of these tactics surprised you most, or which protection strategy you're implementing today in the comments. Let's learn from each other and build a community where we protect not just ourselves, but everyone in our circle. If this video opened your eyes, please share it with someone over 50 who needs to hear it. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join us as we maneuver these midlife challenges together with wisdom, awareness, and practical action. Thank you dearly for watching. Your financial security matters. Your peace of mind matters. You matter. See you in the next video.